Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. A teen killed a store clerk, and for $200, I wonder, can you guess who did it? Also, a 1-year-old was shot and killed during a shoplifting, and you know who don't want to take accountability for none of this. And all of a sudden, they got activists coming out and want to activate all of this outrage when they don't care nothing about kids getting killed in the inner city every day of the week. But we'll talk about it because there's more to it. Joy Behar wants J.D. Vance to become the president. You know, in my personal opinion, either she's a nut or it's a problem that she wants J.D. Vance to become the president. Either he somehow is connecting with them, which is a problem. And then we got arrest one of these YNs online stealing cars for a TikTok challenge and went to jail. And they wonder why so many black people in jail right now, because we doing TikTok challenges to steal cars. But before we get to any of that, we have to talk about the MLB Pride scandal. Shout out to the MLB pitchers who stood up when no one else will. Welcome to the Officer Tatum Show.
I want everybody in this room to have that same spirit, that same identity carried in your life.
Make sure that you go through life and find your purpose.
And we don't do this just to get a pat on the back. We do it because we came here to win.
And it starts with you understanding that God has a purpose for you.
This is the time to be more bold than ever before.
We're all Americans at the end of the day, and we should love one another. We should be focused on what's right for our country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I want to first of all give a shout out to all of the members. Thank you guys for being members. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your support, especially those who are deputy chiefs. Here's the list of the deputy chiefs. Shout out to y'all. Tina, been around for a while. Truck and Anthony, too, been around for a while. A lot of you guys have been supporters of mine from the very get-go. You could tell the level of support based on the color of the badge. So I love you guys, and I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Again, I want to shout out the rest of everybody who is also members. I love you all the same. It's like your kids, man. The kids are different, but you love them all the same. So whether you're a rookie, all the way to deputy chief, it's a way to support the channel, a way to support us to grow and build new content. And I appreciate every single one of you guys who have stepped up and joined. Also, I want you guys to know that Belmont is having an incredible Father's Day dinner. All you got to do is go to Open Table and sign up. This is an incredible restaurant, Michelin star chef. You're going to have Verdict Bourbon as a specialty cocktail in an old fashioned. So if this would be your opportunity to taste Verdict Bourbon for the first time, they're going to have a cowboy ribeye. You're not going to get a cowboy ribeye this good anywhere else in the valley. And also there's going to be a dessert, a bourbon cheesecake, inspired by Verdict Bourbon. So come on out, Father's Day. You know where I'm going to be for Father's Day. So y'all come on out and join and show some support for Belmont. All right, let's get to the first story of the day, and that is the MLB Pride scandal. I almost lost my salvation when I saw this. I cannot believe in this the ridiculousness of forcing people to interject into other people's sex life. I was in D.C. just recently, and I saw this cafe, and I was like, oh, my God, a watermelon matcha. And don't judge me, don't judge me because I like watermelon. I know y'all, I see y'all right now saying, hey, because you black, you like watermelons. Everybody like watermelon, especially from the South. But regardless of all that, I saw the watermelon matcha. I said, I'm going to run up in that place and get me one of them. And then I see a big old flag hanging on the side that ain't got nothing to do with matcha and nothing to do with tea. I think that they're hurting the LGBTQ AARP community when they're thrusting this onto people. Nobody cares who on your back at night. Nobody cares. It has nothing to do with baseball. It has nothing to do with nothing, man. Live your life, be happy. But why would they force a MLB team to identify with this foolishness? Here's the story. Roll it.
Giants Pride Night at Oracle, an annual June fan event for the LGBTQ plus community. But for many, the event was marred when 3 Giants pitchers, Landon Roop, JT Brubaker, and Ryan Walker, was seen with the biblical verse, Genesis 9:12-16, written on their rainbow pride caps, which says the rainbow is a symbol of a covenant between God and all living creatures.
They defaced the pride rainbow with a Bible verse telling the LGBT community that they do not own the rainbow, that God owns the rainbow.
True.
Sid Ziegler, co-founder of Outsports, calls the Pride Night display disgraceful.
If I were a Giants fan, I would never attend a game again.
In a statement, the Giants organization telling ABC7 Eyewitness News, the San Francisco Giants are proud to support Pride Night and the LGBTQ plus community. We also respect that individuals may make personal choices about participating in team activations. We understand that the choices by individual players has caused pain and anger to many in the LGBTQ plus community, and we're sorry for that. Those choices do not change our organization's commitment to inclusion, belonging, and creating a welcoming environment for all. For Ziegler, the statement falls short.
For the Giants to take no responsibility and essentially stand by their players is gross.
It was disheartening.
Time out. I couldn't hold back. I can't hold back. I can't. I'm gonna finish the clip, but I can't. You idiotic fool. Just because you like a man on the back of you every night, just because you want to diddle around and with another man every night, don't mean that these players have to capitulate to that. Why don't the Giants come out and say, what you did offended some of our players? Let me tell you something. Without these men going out here playing this game, there is no baseball team. Without these pitchers going out there throwing no hitters, you don't have a team. You don't win a championship. Nobody cares. And it boils my blood that they keep forcing this on people. It's a two-way mother-freaking street. That means that just as offended as some of these people in the plus community, which they don't even know what's after the plus, just as much as they're offended, Christians are offended. The men who playing on that team are offended. Let me just clear this up real quick. This is not a matter of who owns the rainbow. What is the origin of the rainbow? You see the rainbow in the sky. There's no person that owns the rainbow that shows up in the sky, created by God as a covenant in the Bible, as a physical representation in the physical world we live in. How do you gonna say that because you gay and you trans and you doing all this that belongs to you? How you gonna make that imagery that shows up after a monsoon or shows up after rainfall that's gonna somehow be associated with a group of people based on their sexual orientation? I cannot stand these people. I can't stand them. And I'm not talking about the people who want to be gay and all that stuff. I'm talking about the people that's thrusting it on you. I see this all the time, man. When I go places, I don't know you gay because it don't matter. It's not like gay people got 3 legs or something. You got 4 eyes and 3 legs and 6 ears. You just a regular person. You just horny and you want to be with another man or something. Hold on, man. I'm going to finish, I promise. Give me 20 seconds. I don't understand. Because you horny, you get special treatment. Because being bisexual, you just horny, man. You don't give me no, I was born like this. If you like a woman and a man, you just nasty. And just say you want to be nasty. Just like a dude. He want to sleep with 5 women at one time. Just say you nasty. You like doing nasty stuff. Nobody get an award because you freaky. When do you get a special holiday because you a freak? There's a whole bunch of straight people doing nasty stuff. You got people doing they put a ball in their mouth and strap something around their head. You get a special treatment because you nasty. You want to do freaky stuff with your partner at night. Stop with this stuff. Finish the clip.
Pride Executive Director Suzanne Ford had this to say.
I work for San Francisco Pride, and I think if I espouse beliefs that weren't inclusive, my board of directors would have a problem with that. And I think the same thing goes with these Giants players. They work for the San Francisco Giants.
Landon Roop told the Mercury News he meant no hate at all. It's what he stands for as a believer in God. Major League Baseball is now involved, issuing a warning to the players. In a statement to Outsports, a spokesperson says the writing on the cap violates our rules, and consistent with normal practice, we have warned the players about future violations. Pitcher Sam Hentges opted not to wear a pride cap at all, wearing a regular cap instead. The LGBTQ community says more to come on this incident.
This is what drives division. Because now it's us versus you. You want to play, then we don't want to support y'all. Y'all making us support you. You making us support you. That's not inclusive. Inclusive is, you can write the scripture on that too. That means you're inclusive of all that stuff y'all doing, and you're inclusive of Christians. But inclusivity means the exclusion of things that they don't like. Inclusion means that I can be a Christian and you can have that thing too. They don't want that. They want you to be a devil. And all you men who humping each other at night, that's why you're getting AIDS and all that stuff. Because you ain't supposed to be doing none of that. Why your booty don't work right. Because you ain't supposed to be doing none of that stuff. Some of y'all trans. The reason why y'all want to jump off a cliff or something, because God didn't make you like that. You got mental issues that you need to address. And if you don't want to address them, just don't address them. But don't ask nobody to feel sorry for you. Being homosexual is a mental illness. That don't mean you're a bad person. That means something ain't right here. It bothers me that we cannot speak in real terms. Something ain't right. That's like if you saw a male lion with a big mane and he on the back of another male. National Geographic would be like, something has happened with this thing. You know what I mean? Why is he on the back of another man or another male lion? He is no longer part of the pride. They left him out. He dead somewhere because he can't be with the women and the pride and do all that stuff. He hunting for himself because he humping other lions. But then in the human society, we like, that's totally normal. Do you know if everybody wanted to be gay and stuff, we would have no more people on earth? If God made you can get pregnant through the back door, and I wouldn't say nothing. I shut my mouth. But there's a reason why you can't do that. There's a reason why you get sick and you get diseases and stuff when you're trying to go through the back door. There's a reason why they don't go like that. They don't go together. Let the clip play.
I think the Pride Night sports leagues, hey, we're going to celebrate the sexuality of anybody, I think is long since past in terms of its significance. And I actually think, again, it's working against gay people now, because when you mandate speech, you have moved from, hey, we're seeking tolerant respect for our choices, just allow us to live as we see fit, to I have to celebrate the way that you are choosing to live. So if you're these Giants players, you come into your locker room, they give you a rainbow hat. You're like, what are we doing here? I don't understand how Major League Baseball's position can be, we're going to mandate that you wear these uniforms, and that is a form of speech, clearly. But if you disagree with the speech that we are mandating, we're going to punish you if you speak out against the mandated speech.
Let me just add this. Let's put Rob Schneider on there because this is hilarious. I'm not going to interfere with this. Let me say this before we get to that clip. If they did a Christian night, and they made everybody wear John 3:16 on their hats, you think they'll do? You think they'll do that? Why wouldn't they do it? Because they're not inclusive. They hate everything about God. They think that they're gods. They think that they run the world. This is what it's really about. How could you be a grown man and you are owner of a team and you mad at your pitchers because they don't want to wear that gay stuff? I just wish we had other things that we can do. Like let's say this. They wear the gay stuff, and then when Black Lives Matter and then black people got a problem, because they already got a problem complaining about something, they make all the players wear black stuff. Well, what if white people want to do white pride? Are they going to let them do a white pride hat? Are they going to let white lives matter on the thing? They won't do it because you're not inclusive, you lying son of a gun. Come on, Snyder.
You have offered to pay the fines of these MLB players should they be fined. What motivated that?
Well, Kaylee, why are they trying to make baseball gay? We have enough gay sports. We have the WNBA. We have figure skating. I mean, cornhole is on ESPN. I mean, every mascot is gay. I mean, that's where the whole furry thing, I think, came from. Not 100% sure about that. Baseball already has all the gay music. We Are the Champions, the YMCA. I mean, at what point is enough? That's what I'm saying.
And Rob, you know, to each their own. People can do what they want to do, live how they want to live. You live in America. But if you're going to force someone to wear a Pride Night hat, and in response, they want to put a Bible verse on there saying what the rainbow means to them, I'm not sure why that's controversial. And I want to ask you specifically about hypocrisy here, because the MLB says these are our uniform rules, but apparently they're selective when they enforce them, because there have been other instances of players writing. For instance, they wrote number 51 on their hats in the 2025 World Series.
Yeah, that's right.
In 2021, they wrote SOS Cuba. And I'm wondering if those players got warnings.
Well, let me tell you, they're all for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Unless you have a diversity of opinion, then you're not included in your opinion. So, I mean, baseball players signed up to play baseball. What part of their contract said, oh, you also have to promote our leftist ideology that may be against your religious beliefs?
This stuff is so common sense. This baseball player had a really good thing to say. He's finna drop the mic. We finna drop the mic. But before he dropped the mic, I just want to say this one thing. What is LGBTQ mean? Lesbian, gay, bi, trans. What does that actually translate to? Does that make you a different human being? No. It just means who you in that night. That's all it means. When I see people and hey man, how you doing? Rick Grinnell. Hey, how you doing, man? Dave Rubin. How you doing, brother? That has nothing to do with nothing else. It's just he's a regular person. But then to add the LGBT is who you effing at night. That's the only thing that's different. Who you effing. If a man effing a man, or a man effing men and women, or a person trans and then they effing men and women, that's what that means. You don't read gay, you don't see gay, you don't spell gay, you don't work at gay jobs. It's like they got an Amazon division that's gay. No, it's not. You work at Amazon, you work at Amazon. You in Tesla building a jet, you don't build a gay jet. It's not like they send you to gay space. Where do we get this at? I go and get a synergy. There's no straight synergy and gay synergy. It's just synergy. Why do you got to make a gay thing out of something? Come on, brother. Drop the mic real quick. Roll it.
A lot of the hate comes from perceived negativity. And without getting too off track, but like the Pride Night stuff with the Giants, like I think that there's a perceived negativity with this stuff of like, okay, Landon Routt wrote a verse on his hat. That means that he's anti-something. That doesn't mean that, right? It means that he's pro-something, right? So the rainbow means something to him. It means that he believes in the Noahic covenant being something that's special to us as Christians, right? That means that no matter how bad we possibly could be, no matter how much we reject God, that he will never again flood the earth. That's really cool. That's really special. And we do a lot of stuff, and we're all sinful. We all do a lot of stuff that may be worthy of a flooding, but God will never flood us, and because of that promise, and his promises are unconditional. So that's something that's really cool to me, is that there's nothing negative, there's nothing anti, there's nothing that says that he doesn't support anything or that he's like hateful or anything like that at all. It's all positive. It's all like, man, this is what the rainbow means to me, and I just thought that was really cool that he did that.
Yeah, he didn't put Romans 1, did he? Did he put Romans 1? If they put Romans 1, then that'll be a direct attack against that foolery. Romans 1 says this is an abomination. A man laying with a man. These people are worthy of hellfire. And not only those who do it, but those who support those who do it. That's what the Bible say. They didn't even go that far. They just did a little cute one and say the rainbow is for God. Come on, let's get to the next story. Before I get there, I want to tell you guys about Tatum's store. If you're looking for incredible merch, get it right now before 4th of July. Wear your 250 merch. This is one of the greatest celebrations that you can have is the 250 years of our beautiful country. We got to keep it up because these devils are trying to take us out. We made it to 250. We need to make it another 250. We won't do it if y'all be cowards and never stand up for nothing and don't call these people on the carpet when it's time to call them on the carpet. Whether it's gay, trans, black, white, stupid, dumb, ignorant, whatever you want to call these people to the carpet, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be afraid. We cannot be cowards. You look back and they took of our country and then you want to nag and complain. Here is the time that is pivotal in our country. We will lose it if we don't stand up against this mess. All right, let's get to the next story. Here is another YN cutting up. And then y'all wonder why Mr. Chow had to bust a cap on a 17-year-old, 14-year-old, however he was, because these YNs out here lawless. This boy done killed somebody over a cigarillo or something that he wasn't even supposed to be buying because he's too young anyway. Roll the clip.
Regular customers of the Classic Mart family business in the medical center area say they're sharing the heartache of a vicious attack of senseless violence overnight. Police say a 25-year-old store clerk was stabbed to death when he refused to sell a 99-cent tobacco product to an underage customer. Sue Cowberg talked with plenty of people who say they are still in shock.
Witnesses are telling us they can't believe how ridiculous this is. They say a man was stabbed to death because he refused to sell a 99-cent smoke.
Time out.
It's not.
He wasn't stabbed to death because he refused a 99-cent smoke. He was stabbed to death because he refused to sell a black kid a 99-cent smoke. Let's stop acting like this ain't a problem. Young black men that are violent like this are the problem with our society. And I want you to pay attention to the people that are giving commentary. Just keep your eye on it. Roll it.
Not worth it. It's not worth it to take somebody's life over something like so small and spend the rest of your life in jail. It's not.
It's sad. It's sad. Real sad.
I was like, oh my God.
Regulars say the family who runs the Classic Mart came from Jordan to build a new life.
They are the American dream, really.
It's a dream that died around 1 a.m. when police say an angry young man attacked the 25-year-old clerk for refusing to sell him a tobacco product because he wasn't old enough.
Lose his life for doing his job. Tragedy.
He's a baby. He hasn't even lived.
Police say the victim's family saw the attack on a surveillance camera, saw the suspect run away, and called for help immediately, but it was too late. Investigators say the suspect surrendered to police hours later after a standoff at an apartment complex across the street. The name of the victim hasn't been released yet.
And you got to think to yourself, all the good parents out there, you think to yourself, the person must not have a father or have good parents, because your kids wouldn't think, because you won't sell me the thing, I'm going to go kill you and stab you over it. You don't sell it to me, I'm just going to have my homeboy that's old enough go buy me some cigarillos. How hard is that to do? We used to do it when we were young. I'm not saying you're supposed to, but which is a better option? I'm going to kill this person and go to jail forever, and I'm never going to be able to take that 99-cent smoke. Or I can get Tyrell, who old enough, and Tyrell could go in there and buy me 400 of them. But the young YNs don't think like that. They're violent. They don't have fathers. They have this emptiness in their heart. They don't believe in themselves. They have nothing to look forward to. They grew up in a crap society with crappy people. And this is not isolated to this one kid. This is a culture in the black community. It is a culture. Let me explain to you how I know this is true. Look at the next story. Now, I'm going to preface this because people are going to be like, brother, you always stand up for the police. Well, what I'm saying is that all of this stuff happens because of the actions of these dumb Negroes. The kid had no chance at life because his parents are stupid. And the black folks who support this are equally stupid because y'all won't take accountability for nothing. Y'all mad at the cops, but you're not mad at this woman shoplifting and thugging with a baby in the car. And they don't stop when they get caught. Oh, I'm caught. They got us. Let us get, hey, Shanae got a baby in the car. Hey, bro, let's chill because she got the baby. Let her out. Or let's stop, bro. We can't be getting in no confrontation with the cops because she got a 1-year-old in the car. But they don't, the Negroes don't think like that. It's that I'm going to drive off. We're going to run over the cops. We're going to do all this. And then they got one of his little boy killed because they stupid and they thugging and ain't nobody going to say nothing but Brandon Tatum. And then now they out here protesting. Black people are hungry, dying, kids getting shot in the head and drive-bys. You ain't never going to see them doing nothing. No T-shirt, no GoFundMes, no nothing. But as soon as a cop is involved, they mind turn on. I see why I'm saying it. Let me say this. It's not all black people that act like this. Trust me. Unfortunately, we get a bad rap from these ignorant ones. So not all black people act like this. But I can see why white people are sick of y'all. Because if you ain't never grew up around black people, you don't know that there's good black people. You think they all stupid like this. Roll the clip.
Tuesday night, angry protesters returned to the Walmart where Senatobia police shot and killed 1-year-old Cohen Wiley Sunday while answering a shoplifting.
Time out. I want y'all to go back. I was running my mouth. Pay attention to how the news reports this. The news is a problem too. Listen to how they report this. Roll it.
Tuesday night, angry protesters returned to the Walmart where Senatobia police shot and killed 1-year-old Cohen Wiley Sunday while answering a shoplifting call. Law enforcement in riot gear used tear gas to disperse the crowd. A mile away at Senatobia City Hall, Kasoski Sanders drove from Memphis to join the call for justice.
What, you gonna shoot up a car with a baby in it? Come on, man, that's ridiculous. That's uncalled for. That's uncalled for. Guaranteed it was because of the color of their skin.
Protester Aretha
Let's bring it back. Listen to the black man that got some wisdom. We all ain't stupid like that. Let me explain what they missed on this. The cops just showed up to a shoplifting and shot a 1-year-old and killed him. That's not what happened. These people in here stealing. They jump in the car. This girl got a baby in the front seat. They drive off, try to run over a police officer, is what is alleged. And it looked like the cop maybe fired one shot into the car, ended up killing this 1-year-old. Now, this is why cops shouldn't fire without knowing what they're hitting. So there's some accountability that need to be had on the police side. But y'all create this whole situation that never should have happened. Roll it.
Esther is from Holly Springs.
People need to just stand up. It's in this community today. It's in mine too, but it may be on my doorstep tomorrow.
Wiley was in a car with his mother and her friend when he was fatally shot. Famed civil rights attorney Ben Crump now represents.
She was in a car, the kid was in a car with a mother and a friend. Ma'am, when you're reporting the news, you're not selling the fact that they tried to run over the cops? Are you not mentioning the fact that they were stealing and thugging and they tried to get away? The kid was just in the car with his friends and then cop just started shooting in the car. That's how y'all reporting this. And then this nut, this is the biggest race hustler on planet Earth. The Negro won't show up unless there's money to be made. He ain't showing up. Man, if it ain't finna be a class action lawsuit, he not finna sue the police. He only show up when white cops kill black people. Benjamin Crump ain't gonna show up when your kid gets shot by another black person that's doing drive-by shootings in the community. He ain't showing up. He don't care. He not supporting. He don't want nothing to do with y'all until he got some money to be made. I want to know, what is his cut from representing these families? Negro, how you in every shooting? You don't even live out there. You at this fool there before the family get to the press conference. He can't. He got a police scanner on. Black people, getting the private jet. He got to be flying private. He don't give a flying flip about y'all black people unless it's money to be made. That is my opinion. He don't care about you. Show me where he at your family thing. He ain't gonna be there because there ain't no money. Roll the clip.
Representing the family. Cohen Wiley was a baby, he said in a statement Tuesday. His mother, who has not been charged with any crime, says she was trying to communicate to officers that there was a baby in the car. They fired anyway, leading to the death of an innocent 1-year-old. We intend to seek justice for baby Cohen and the life that was stolen from him.
Make no mistake.
First of all, hold on. Talk about his mom and them stole his life way before this happened. His life was not gonna never be nowhere. Well, at least the chances were very slim. His mama tried to tell him it's a baby in the car. And what circumstance was she saying? She was yelling through the window? I look at the window shattered. So that means that something hit the window and knocked the window. The window was rolled up. When was she telling the cops it was a baby in the car? Before or after them dumb Negroes got in the car stealing out of the store? At what point did she say the baby? And where was the baby at when she was telling them? In the front seat. So you driving off with a baby in the front seat with no seat belt, and a 1-year-old. Ain't nobody think that's a problem. She was trying to say it was a baby in the car. Yeah, how was she saying it? She had him up like this. It's a baby in the car. You should have told the thug it was a baby in the car. That baby going on to heaven now and gonna be happy. Y'all was getting rid of his life up anyway. I'm glad he don't got to deal with y'all stanky, nasty, stupid idiots that just doing thuggery all day long with your 1-year-old. Man, leave the baby at home if you stealing. How you gonna bring your baby and you steal it? Because what they want to do, y'all, they want to have a baby as a target. They want to have a baby as an excuse. They don't got the baby there because they love their kids. They want to be able to thug and be like, oh, I got a baby in the car. Don't arrest me. I got my baby with me. I got a baby. You can't arrest me for committing a crime. They use their kids as props. That baby should have been at somewhere at home. You should have been at home with your baby. No car seat, no nothing. Why don't the news report that part? Roll the clip.
This is a very tragic situation.
Commissioner Sean Tindall, head of the Mississippi Department of Public Safety, urged the community to be patient while his agency investigates the shooting, interviewing witnesses, reviewing body and dashcam video, along with Walmart's surveillance video.
I want the public to be assured that the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation will conduct its independent investigation.
Shut up.
We have
I don't want to hear him no more. They always doing all this gay stuff. Man, look. If I was a commissioner or something, I'd say, this is under investigation. We're going to get to the bottom of what happened, and we're going to hold people accountable. The shoplifters, because I want y'all to think of this. You go to prison for life if the actions that you took, this is what makes me so mad. If you go steal in a store and your actions and your conduct leads to the death of another person, you get charged with felony murder. It's called a felony murder charge. That means that even though you didn't kill that person, your actions led to the death of another person, you go to jail forever. But in these cases, where you have a white person shooting a black person, if that's even the case, they haven't even set the race of the police officer. Have they set the race of the police officer yet? I bet their police officer may even be black. But what they do is they let these people off because the baby got killed. When in reality, that dude's action led to the cops shooting and that baby got killed. They should all get charged with murder. Mama and the thuggies in the car and all of them should all get charged with murder. They should get charged with first-degree murder. Because their actions led to this violent interaction. Because they were doing what? In the commission of a crime, which is stealing. All right. Here's some more. Here's some more. I wanted to say watermelon felon, but I'm not going to do it. Here's some more of these ignorant, mindless, I want to say they add no value to society. They're just people, zombies walking around doing nothing with their life. Here's an example of one of them. Listen to this fool. Roll it.
Being black is the weapon. Like, that is literally the weapon they trying to demonize. No matter if you 1 year old or you 60 years old, if you're black, you're already the bottom tier to them.
We don't really know anything. We don't know why it happened or whatever. All we know is that a car was shot up and a 1 year old baby was killed.
Senatobia, Mississippi policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
I'm just lost for words, to be honest.
You're lost for words because you high. In words, when you put that blunt down, the words will come back to you, brother. I bet you I can smell the marijuana off the camera. I'm at a loss for words. Why you at a loss for words, Janae Ray? Oh, he the grandfather. This boy had no chance. His grandfather, 25 years old. How you somebody? You 25. I'm a loss for words. Where your words got lost at? When your daughter got a baby in the front seat robbing over in the cop shop. Before she did this, she cutting up this whole time. And you lose your words then, but you losing your words now. If you lose your words before they do this, you ain't never got to lose your words to them getting killed. I don't understand how this is not so cut and dry. You reap what you sow. If you out here doing crime, eventually something may happen to you. Finish it. Let grandpa, let 25-year-old grandpa finish.
Someone need to be held accountable for it. It's just not right.
Not your daughter or the other two people in the car, just the cops. Here's a little bit of the protest. Roll it. Hold on, time out. They going to Walmart. For what? They shot in the parking lot. Why y'all gonna tear the place up? Because these people ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all done stole from the store. The cops the one that shot him, and y'all gonna tear the building up. It doesn't make it make sense. Roll it. If we don't get it, shut this down. Walmart can't do an investigation. Walmart don't arrest people. Why y'all want justice from Walmart? And let me tell y'all this. You know why they standing there? Y'all know why they standing in front of the doors at the establishment? Because these Negroes gonna go in there and loot. It ain't about this kid. They not going in there. They don't want justice because you can't get justice at the Walmart checkout line. Is that these Negroes want an excuse to go in there and steal everything. They should be down at the police station. Why they at Walmart? They be in the police station. They not even there to set up a memorial for the kid. They there to loot. They trying to loot. This is the worst society. This is the worst culture I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not saying it's all black people, because all the black people I know smart. I'm saying it's these ones. Roll the clip.
So, Pepper, we are backing up because we're starting to ingest a little bit of that tear gas at this point. But if you take a look over there, and Kim's going to try his best whilst remaining safe to make sure he gives you. Officers are kicking some of those pellets around, trying to clear people out of this area. You can see some of the gentlemen over there having masks on. Obviously, a lot of people, as you heard, were crowded around this Walmart, as you said on Sunday. That is where the shooting happened. And many of people were trying to make sure they were advocating for the Senatobia community, for the greater Mississippi community, and particular, they tell me, for black communities. Now, I apologize again.
Yeah, we advocate for the black community so we can go loot. They trying to break in the building. Y'all see that? All right, let's get to the next topic. I had to get that off my chest. Boy, I'm sick of these black people, man. I'm sick of some of y'all ignorant fools, man. And white people can't say this, but I know they feel it too. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all tripping. Y'all make us all look bad, man. I want to go to the mall later. And I know these white people looking at me like, is he one of them? I almost want to make a shirt, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I'm educated. I love my country. If I want something I can't afford it, I'm going to go work hard and go buy it. I'm not stealing nothing for nobody. I'm not shoplifting stuff that don't belong to me. I'm not him. I'm not sagging my pants. I'm not out here thugging and banging. I'm not doing none of that old crazy stuff. I'm not one of them. I'll say this real quick and I'm going to move on. I remember me and my wife was in Nordstrom. She was getting some shoes. I'm sitting down. I had a collar shirt on. I think we just came from church. I look over. Negroids are coming through the front door. Oh, man, I smell weed just blowing through the store. White lady looked at me, and I looked at her, and we were thinking the same thing. Yep. That's... You see it, don't you? Yeah, you looked at me because you know I'm looking at you saying I'm not like that. They can't even come in Nordstrom like they got some sense. Pants sagging, smoking weed. God dang. All right, let's get to the next story. Joy Behar says she likes J.D. Vance. Now, listen, I didn't watch J.D. Vance on The View. I saw a couple clips the other day, and I was like, bro, you got to get on there and whoop these women. Proverbially. Not physically. But, like, if they ever have me on the show, I'm not holding back. There is no, excuse me, ma'am, can I talk? Now, they'll be like, oh, no, I'm finna get on. Oh, y'all, I've been waiting for this moment. They finna kick me off because I'm going to say everything I mean from the heart bone. J.D. Vance look a little like, he was trying to be nice to him. They talking over him and stuff, and he just, I'm just going to be respectful. Nah, forget all that. But anyway, I'm going to give him a fair shot. Let's listen to a little bit of what he said on The View.
What can you say to voters who trusted you to lower costs on day one, and will they be satisfied by November?
Well, I think that's ultimately up to the voters, right? I think voters have every right to expect as much as possible out of their elected representatives. We certainly know that we were elected on a number of mandates. One was to close the border, which I think we've done successfully, exceeded expectations there. Number two was to lower prices, and there's a lot of work to do, in large part because of what's happened over the last few months in the Middle East. But as you said, oil, which got up to $120 a barrel, now is at $80 a barrel. That's going to be reflected in lower fuel, lower food, lower energy prices. But there's a lot more work to do. The thing that I'm proudest about most, because as some of you may know, I grew up in one of these towns that was forgotten by the leaders in Washington of both parties, is that you're seeing, that's Middletown, Ohio. That's my hometown in southwestern Ohio. It was a proud steel town. I was raised by a grandfather who was a union steel worker, is that those jobs disappeared. Those factories closed down. The thing that I'm most excited about is you do see a large amount of capital investment coming into our country. Factories being built, construction jobs are way up, manufacturing jobs are starting to catch up. So there's a lot more work to do. I think that we're making progress, but ultimately we're going to make our pitch to the voters in November, and they're the ones who get to decide whether we've done a good job or not, and that's how they're going to vote.
Is that a good PC statement? Yeah. But I would like for J.D. Vance to say, but now that I've said that, you guys been lying on this show all week long. I know it's easier said than done when you physically there, and I think he's selling a book, so he got to be clean so his book can get some sales. But at the end of the day, I'd be like, and we did way better than all of the Democrats. They've done nothing for this country, and we closed the border. We done this, we did that. And I think the voter's going to have a choice. Do you want people that have no mission for the people? Answer the question. What are Democrats going to do? Nothing. So this is what we're going to do. So the real vote is between Republicans or the better Republican. Democrats have nothing to offer. And y'all be on here lying all week. And now I'm here I want y'all to talk that noise. Joy, Whoopi, talk that noise that you were talking before I got here. I would love to see that. I want it from the heart, man. I don't want to see the script. But, hey, some people like it. Roll the clip.
Oh, and then apparently I'm getting a note here. You told him during the break that he should run for president because he has a good vibe.
I think that even though for a Republican,
Yes.
mind you, I'm not a Republican.
Yes, you're not turning.
I think possibly I voted for Michael Bloomberg once for mayor, who was supposedly.
Yeah, you always liked Bloomberg.
Supposedly he was a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a Republican on the city level because it needs a little discipline. But on the national level, I want somebody with a good heart.
Mm-hmm.
And those are more in the Democratic Party, in my opinion. They care about the poor. They help people. The Republican Party is much more about saving taxes for rich people. So I'm not a Republican.
One thing he said backstage, and I think he said it a couple times today, was that he was more nervous coming on The View than he was for the vice presidential debate against Waltz.
Well, he should be, because we're, the other girls have many receipts.
Yes.
Sunny, she's got all the receipts,
Yes, absolutely.
And Sarah likes to, bring in the kids, which is always like a low blow, and they get scared of that.
But sincere, I thought. She did a good job with that.
Truthfully, as I said to you in the beginning of this conversation, I don't think that he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if he runs against, say, Gavin Newsom, that'll be an interesting debate to see those two, because they're both intelligent.
Next clip, man.
I gotta say, it was pretty brave of you to go on to The View. What were you expecting, and how did it go?
Honestly, Greg, I expected them to be absolutely vicious, and they were only a little bit vicious. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Joy Behar even said during the break, not joking, she said, "You know what? You're like pretty good for a Republican." And I was like, whoa, that is a way better compliment than I expected from Joy Behar. I got to say, I thought that Sunny, the woman to my left, was going to call me a racist. In reality, it was Whoopi, the woman to my right, who called me a racist. So expectations were defied.
Well, you know why Sunny can't call you a racist, because as you know, her ancestors were slave owners. Look it up. Why would I make that up? It was on that thing where she sees her family history. Kennedy?
6 cents?
No, never mind. All right.
She said 6 cents. Yeah, I was in 21andMe or Ancestry.com or something. They looked her thing up, and she had people in her family that own slaves. You see how light-skinned she is, so you know she mixed. All right, there was another clip of Whoopi. I think Whoopi Cushion said something. Roll it.
What did black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is. You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till was the kid. No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know
I
what I'm
respond
talking
to your
about.
actual point.
So in a lot of the
Museums,
there's so many. Where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened. And it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, you know better.
So Sonny, that was actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color. I've seen the story.
I'm talking about a host of things. I'm talking about black history getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled. Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks. Where do Americans of color fit in this vision? Because it doesn't seem like we fit.
I think, Sonny, my view,
And if I may, since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country. All but 3 were white South Africans.
So, first of all, I'm very skeptical of that number because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all, you asked the question, and maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the...
So he never got around to the actual question. I know it's not easy. If you go into it thinking you're going to be, you want to respond to them, it can be very difficult. If you go into it and you say, I'm going to say what I got to say, I don't care what they even ask me, I'm going to say what I got to say, it becomes easier. When they go, what did the black people do to, I would address it and say, this is why conservatives and Republicans need more black people. They need more black leaders in these positions because we can speak to these things a lot better. I think he feels afraid to challenge them on these black lies, right? Well, what did black people do? First of all, black people are Americans. There's no isolation of black people did, black people this, black people that. Every black person is not a monolith. You and you are not the same person. You guys have different opinions. First of all, we're not eliminating black history. Explain to me how we're going to take down slavery. Explain. Your side is the one trying to get rid of the statues of Robert E. Lee and everything else because you didn't like the perspective. You're trying to erase history. We're not erasing history. We want history to be told accurately and not biased. We don't take down history. We love everybody. Y'all came out here and you had a problem with Clarence Thomas, who's a black conservative. You have a problem with him. You have a problem with every black conservative that there is. You have a problem with them. They don't count to you. That's a shame on all you women. Make sure you take your mic off. All right, let me get up out here before I get in trouble. Post-show clarity. We're going to do 10 minutes. 10 minutes, Grant. 10 minutes. Joe, I know you got a heart out, so 10 minutes, and we're going to be out of here. All right, I love you guys. If you're a member, we got a little bit more after the show.